Hello friends, I have missed you so much. I'm so sorry that I haven't had a video out in the last week. Jesse and I just got back from over a month abroad. We had the absolute best time hosting our Paris and Belgium group trips, and I cannot wait to share those adventures with you soon. But boy, is it good to be home. Hopefully today's video makes up for it though, because it is going to be an hour-long vlog taking you to one of the most requested places that you have been asking for years. In today's episode, Jesse and I are going to be taking you to 5 of the Goodwill outlets / the bins, and I can't wait for you to see what we find. Without any further ado, let's get thrifting. Today we are going to be taking you to all 5 of the Goodwill outlets in our region, and when we say the Goodwill outlets, we mean what we call the bins.
I found $1 million at the bins.
Okay, so the bins might be a little intimidating for some of you because we hear about it a lot, but it's really not that scary or intimidating. And here's a few of our tips to help you get you through.
Our first tip is to get to the bins when they open. Employees roll out all fresh bins at the very beginning of the day before anybody enters. Typically throughout the day, you have to wait for each section to get rolled out. But if you are there at opening, all of the bins on the floor are fresh.
Oh, his trunk broke.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. That one's good. Let's take that.
I always head to the furniture really quickly because some of the best furniture pieces we've ever found have been at the bins. These chairs are interesting. We don't really have an outlet for us selling furniture because we're not doing flea markets like we used to. But if I come across something that I really love, I won't pass it up. These are quirky and different, but they're not quite screaming, "Get in the car and come home with me." If you're buying a lot of items, make sure that you bring bags to get them into your car. Some of the bins let you roll the carts out to the car, some of them don't in our area, and the carts have to stay inside. So you want to make sure that you bring bags. Our favorite ones to use are IKEA bags. They are really inexpensive at IKEA if you don't already have some, and better yet, you can find them at the bins.
Jesse might want a Hops backpack. I don't know if he would. I don't think he would. Do you want a Hops backpack?
No.
I was like, you probably can't even take a backpack to the game.
I mean,
But
there's hops on it, but it's not.
oh, it's not official? Oh, it's Yakima Chief Hops. I didn't see that part. Not our Hops.
Here are a few things you might want to bring along with you on your bin shopping day. Some kind of wipes. You never know what you might accidentally stick your hands into. Gloves. I'm personally not a glove wearer at the bins, but they are a really smart idea, especially if you're going to be digging in the bins that potentially could have broken glass. You really need to watch out for things like knives, pocket knives, broken glass, pottery. So even though you might be in a hurry to find those treasures, please make sure that you're safe. Don't forget to do the sniff test. It's never fun, and I always do the stain test first and look over the item completely. But the last thing you want to do is get this stuff in your car and realize that it smells.
Whoa. That's nice. It's probably going to be expensive, but we'll see if maybe they'll put a price on it. Sometimes they do. Oh my gosh, these little cards are cute. Look at those. Oh, thank you cards. See if they're blank inside. That's our hops.
Yes, that's right.
Gotta get my hops straight. You don't want to pay by the pound for cast iron pans, that's for sure.
Right.
Oh, cool. It's a work suit.
Yeah. It's too small for me.
Here's some Italian pottery. It's got a chip though.
Say it's Italian.
Yeah. So it does have $5 on it, so it looks like it's not the full price, which is kind of nice since it's heavy. It's kind of neat. Let's get the Cucini.
The thing about the bins is that you can find absolutely everything and anything here. You know, as they say, one man's trash is another woman's treasure.
Oh, this is brass. Old teddy bear. I'm looking for a blazer. It's a men's, made in Egypt. $346 Brooks Brothers Fitzgerald fit.
Brooks Brothers is a good brand.
Obviously, it's amazing when you find something that's high-end and designer, but the bins is also a great place to find those basic staples for your wardrobe. I always find really great bedding here, leather belts and purses, and it's an inexpensive way to buy something with a bold pattern that you might not wear too often.
Oh, wow. That's pretty. Maybe we can see if they'll price it. Let's put it in the cart just in case they'll price that one for us. Otherwise, it's going to be expensive because it's heavy.
Push this over the 25 pounds.
Oh, that's true, to get the lower rate.
You want to get
Look at all these plastic tubs. Luggage. Got a little bit of everything. This is kind of a cool box. 1996. Someone's little project. Yeah, look at this bucket hat. That's kind of cute. The denim on denim.
That's not bad, actually.
Don't forget to wash everything as soon as you get it home. If you buy rugs or bedding and you want to be extra careful, put it in a black garbage bag in your garage until you have time to get it professionally cleaned or sanitized. That way you're not going to be bringing home any unwanted bugs. Every time I come to the bins, I always wish that I sewed. There is an abundance of scrap fabric here. And I know fabric can be very expensive, so paying by the pound for it here at the bins is probably a steal compared to buying fabric brand new. And the best part is you'd be helping save this from the landfills. This would also be a really great reselling opportunity, picking up leftover and unused fabric. I'm sure there's a huge demand for that, especially cool patterns. I'm always amazed by how many things you can find here at the bins with tags still on them. They are brand new, never been used. And I'm always amazed by how weird of stuff you can find too.
So they're getting ready to bring out some new bins over here. Jesse's already queued up. First, they're taking away a bunch of bins, and then they're gonna roll out a whole bunch of new ones in these yellow lines. Who's gonna have better luck, you or me?
Grab it now, look at it later. When fresh bins roll out, it's kind of a free-for-all. And you really don't have time to look at labels. So learning your brands ahead of time can be very helpful because you know exactly what to look for. If you think it might be good, pick it up and put it in your cart. And when you're done for the day, take everything to the back area where it's quiet and go through the items one at a time.
Ooh, scar. Ooh, I'll take those, thanks. Scars. Dig now, look later. Dig now, look later. Jesse brought me the cart with goodies in it. I got a pile full of stuff here. I just need to go through it all.
Yeah.
Really weirdly excited. Almost. I'm weirdly excited about this vintage sweatshirt. Hey, you're not behind the yellow line. Oh, wait, no, neither am I. Other foot, other foot. No cheating. No cheating. Oh, they're cheating.
Now this rule is for our specific region. Everywhere across the country, they might have different rules. But here in the Pacific Northwest, you don't touch anything in the bins until all of the bins in that row have been rolled out. You also need to stand behind the yellow lines. Once all the bins have been rolled out in that section, it is a free-for-all and you can start digging.
They've only brought out a few pieces of furniture since we've gotten here, but I'm keeping an eye on this back section. They did bring out this little wooden table. I don't think we're getting it 'cause it needs some love, it needs some restoration, but it's only $8. And if you restored that top, that'd be a nice little entry table. You always want to look at these very end bins because a lot of times people will bring their shopping carts over, pick through them, and ditch the heaviest things. And I just found some very cool vintage hardware. There's also a pair of bookends that weren't here a minute ago. So just keep checking these ends. Check out what I just found. On one of the end caps, somebody had put back a bunch of metal items they'd gone through their cart. It says it's woodworking hardware. I'm not quite sure how this one works. Look at this beautiful brass handle.
So I think this is just, you know, like how sometimes you see some dressers and they have like that kind of beading around the edges.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what that is.
Oh, so individual, it gets broken off essentially. It's almost like a, oh gosh, I know the name of it, but they put it, yes, on like more rustic things like leather. They'll put the little.
I think so, yeah.
That's what you're thinking it is?
That's what I think.
Okay. No, I think you could be very correct on that. Let's take a look at all of these. These are a little too traditional. They're okay. I'm gonna end up being one of the people that puts them back on the ends too. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna get this one because we don't need those either. We'll let somebody else find the rest of it. Okay, we're hiding in the back corner. We've got our cart full and we're ready to call it quits at this bins and to go through our cart. So typically when you're picking, you've got to kind of grab things quick because people are fast. And they're doing the same thing. They're just grabbing it and they're throwing it in their bin. And if you don't get it in there first, they're gonna get to it. So you don't have time to read tags. You don't have time to look at sizes. You gotta just grab it, throw it in your cart. So now we're in the back and we are gonna go through our cart and decide if we really wanna keep the items we have in here, and we're gonna show you what we found so far.
You got to make that quick impulse decision and then evaluate the situation later.
Yeah, you gotta just like think rational later.
Yes, right, which I'm not good at.
First up, we have Jesse's art.
Yeah, I found this piece of art. I'm looking at it closer. There's some weird stains on it.
Yeah, it's not a high quality one, to be honest. It's got, some drippiness.
I don't even know what it is that's dripping on there.
By Mad or Map, you choose. I'm gonna say pass. What do you say?
I agree with you. We will pass.
But good job getting
I like the colors though.
I do like the colors and I love the deer. It's beautiful.
It's just someone's, you know, if I did it, I'd be really proud.
I would be proud of you if you did that too.
Yeah. Okay, that's a pass.
I put this little board in here just as a backup option. What's kind of cool about it is that you can tell that it's handmade. See how you've got all these like circular movements throughout it? You even have some imperfections. You got these little ripples going on here. It's not a completely finished woodworking platter, but I kind of like it because of that. And you can always turn it upside down and then it's just a nice cutting board. So I feel like you can use it either way. So my goal with this is just for weight. So if we need weight to push this over to 25 pounds, let's get it. If we don't need weight, let's not. Sound like a good deal?
Sorry, I was looking at the chairs getting unloaded behind me.
I can see why.
They need work, they need refinishing.
This is kind of neat. Let's see if there's any stickers on the bottom. I'm gonna pull one of those suckers up. Based on this type of hardware, I'm gonna say they're newer, maybe an IKEA. It could be a fairly decent quality. We're just not sure, but two of the seats are completely destroyed and a third one has screws coming through the bottom of the seat. So the seats would have to be either there'd only be a set of 3 and you could refinish them, or you'd have to paint them just because these ones down here are just so trash. So we're gonna leave them. They're $5. They're almost tempting for me because of the frame. Even if you put a completely new seat on them, those are some killer legs.
I feel like it's kind of. Hear me out on the legs.
Oh, no. All right, I'll never unsee that. I'll never unsee it. They are so cool. I hope someone gets them and does something cool with them and restores them. So there's going to probably be some pretty quick and easy decisions because some of these things we didn't even actually look at. So as soon as we look at the size, we'll decide. I already know the jean dress was a no. I was looking for something similar to this, but it's not quite the right style for me. It is the right size, but not the right style. A vintage silk men's shirt. It's got the cool snap buttons, which we like. I think they're mother of pearl. It's in really good condition. Someone monogrammed the cuff. Isn't that sweet? I'm gonna say pass on it. The pockets look like they have maybe a tiny bit of discoloration on them. It's nice silk, but I'm gonna say pass. Look at these. These are so cute. So these ended up being right in front of me in one of the bins right when it rolled out. So these are for like maybe a 12-year-old is my guess, or a very, very, very petite woman. It's pajama bottoms, but look at this. This is the cutest part. And it's got these little ruffle sleeves with a bow. Isn't that adorable? So we're gonna get that just because it's the sweetest thing I've ever seen. And I can see if my sister might want it for Milani because she's getting to about the age where she might be able to wear these pretty soon. We met some lovely women in line when we were getting ready to come inside that are picking for Poshmark. We're gonna give them some of these things, including this anthropology top, because it doesn't fit me and I just want them to have it because I thought that would be kind of fun to pick for someone else while we were here. So I was looking for designer things that I wasn't necessarily going to keep for myself, but that we could kind of put in a little pile for them. I'm in need of some 100% cotton items for an upcoming trip because it's going to be hot where we're going. And so I thought these were nice. They've got the nice little eyelet sleeves, just simple cotton. It's going to be 10 cents maybe because it's such a lightweight item. I think this is the one I'm the most excited about. Is that weird? Because it's so basic, but I really like this sweatshirt. It looks like it's vintage, but it's actually really comfortable and soft and not too thick, but it's got enough of a weight to it that you can tell the quality is better than if you were to find an H&M one. I'm excited to see how much everything ends up costing because this might be a $2 sweatshirt. I got an entire stash of hand-rolled edged silk scarves. These are all vintage. None of them have labels or signatures on them, so I'm gonna do a little bit of research as soon as we get home. But I'm very excited because these are going to cost pennies and they can end up being worth quite a bit of money if they are a designer scarf. Some of them might just be your run-of-the-mill, but at least they're real silk. A silk Italian top. I'm going to see if the girls want this one too. I have not even opened this up, so I have no idea what graphic is on it. My guess is going to be a deer scene, or I don't know. I guess that's my only guess. A deer scene. What do you think it's going to be? It's a tapestry.
I agree.
You think a deer scene? Is that the right direction? Is it cool? I can't see it from here.
It's cool.
I did a quick Google on that and I saw that these are actually pretty old. They are probably mass produced, but they're fairly old and it might be worth over $100. So we'll see. I gotta do a little bit more digging, but I did see a listing with a pair for, I think $375, but it might've been on Cherish, so that doesn't count. Okay, we've got a beautiful pot that we're gonna find out how much it is and see if it counts as glass or if we can get it priced. I got a nice picture frame, brass candle holder, got some little Russian stacking dolls. Look at this, it's a leather wallet, but check out who it's by. Not bad. It's funny, I was just talking about needing a frame for this art. Look how much better that's gonna look. Much better. And I'm getting these because I think that they're adorable and cards are actually kind of expensive when you go to the store nowadays. These were $5.95 back in the day. I thought these would be cute little thank you cards. Kind of cheesy, but in a good way, right? I'm gonna put back the ginger jar. I looked this designer up, Dean Thomas or Dean Taylor. Maybe I should re-Google because I think I Googled Dean Thomas. Maybe Dean Taylor is worth more than Dean Thomas, but I think it was him. It might have auto-corrected me. And this is only worth about $35, so it's not too valuable. It definitely looks on the newer side. Okay, here's some Free People and Anthropology if you want it.
Our bins sell by the pound unless it is glass, electronics, or books. and of course furniture. Those items are priced separately, and we have a price break once you hit the 25-pound mark. So our goal is typically to find things we really want and we really love, and then we always have 1 or 2 heavy things that we keep on top of the cart just in case we need it to push us over. Usually those are things we're kind of on the fence about and we really don't want to pay for that weight, but it's usually worth it if it's the item that pushes you over to 25 pounds, because that knocks the price almost down in half. These are just a few of our tips. There are so many other tips out there, so please comment below with your most important tips for successfully shopping the bins.
That'll be $59.45. Perfect. First Goodwill bins done. $59.45 total spent.
Our first bins of the series is down, and we did pretty good. I'm pretty happy about the things that we found.
I miss the bins. It's changed since, when I used to go more often, or we go more often, and I'd get there in the morning and I'd wait in line. There was like 10 of us in line.
Back in the day, like a decade ago.
Like you didn't really need to get in the line. You just kind of had a group of like 10 people standing there, and then we would just kind of all go in and do our thing. That was a lot of people there before. Everyone's pretty respectful. The regulars are pretty respectful. Everyone kind of knows everybody. Other people know what other people are looking for. Sometimes you see people help each other out. Like, if they know their buddy that they normally see in the morning is into like electronics, but they're not, they're into clothes, they might grab the electronic item next to them for their friend.
I'm excited. We've got 3 more bins.
Ooh, that's a nice easel. Look at this. That's actually great. It's an old one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work really neat for photographing art. I have quite a few smaller ones, but that will work for maybe an 8x10 size piece of art at the studio. That's awesome. Let's get that. First thing in the cart. Oh my gosh, that's a ratty looking Frisbee. Do you ever use these things? Have you ever done this before?
Yeah. No, I don't.
Milani uses these all the time. She can do it so fast, it's incredible. Kind of a anti-stress, like they're stress relievers, I feel like.
Just a little fidget toy.
Yeah, in case you're feeling anxious. Ooh, watch out for things like that. Pocket knife. Good thing it's not open. Pretty nice solid wood frame, but the bins is not the best place to get frames because the weight does add up. Usually it still ends up being less than a typical Goodwill, so less than $3 to $4 for a frame. Is this a toilet paper holder? Don Manny. The bins is a great place for plastic. So if you are looking for things for your garage, your shop, your closet. If you're looking for a bin at the bins, I didn't even see it. I didn't see that one going. But if you're looking for a bin at the bins, you can find them so easily. So if you need extra storage at home, you can even find ones sometimes that are new in the package that have never even been opened. This little ship painting. What's this? Is that a plant stand? Let's put that in the cart as an option if we need weight.
I think it's table legs actually screw up into here because it's missing.
Look, there's a second one. They're very heavy, so sometimes they will price furniture for you. Hey, we just found one of these at a regular Goodwill in a cast iron. What is that? Shovel?
Yeah, like a little emergency survival shovel.
Oh, so you can actually pack it with you.
Yeah. There's some bins for sale at the bins.
Holy cow, I wasn't kidding. I hadn't even seen these yet. These are actually pretty decent too.
Yeah, they're like commercial grade and they're only $3 a piece.
They're stackable. They don't have lids though. But yeah, $3.
Well, the one you stack on top is the lid. But the one on the
It becomes the lid. $3. That's a great deal. If you're looking for garage storage, here you go. Right there for you at the bins. This outlet does not have very much furniture in comparison to the other ones. There's more here in the back, but there's honestly not near as much as the other bins. I get asked all the time where I get my coffee table books, and the majority of them I have gotten here at the bins. They have the books priced separately from the rest of the stuff, so it's always good to keep an eye out for a good coffee table book. And wallets. It's also a great place to come and get cookbooks. A lot of people get given cookbooks for Christmas presents and they maybe don't want to use them and they end up here. So you even have a lot of current modern cookbooks here. Hey, look at this. I need this. Fundamentals, metalsmithing. That's awesome. I always like to look and see what the book looks like without the cover because I'm a no cover kind of person. This one's a definite yes. Anyone else out there a no cover person? Do you think this is outdated technology? How to start a professional photography business?
Oh, wow.
There's probably some good tips that still apply in here.
It's like, you know, there's kind of a whole niche movement of people using film again.
I think you're probably right.
So, you know, you might be able to find some good things.
Yeah. I mean, there's professional secrets in here. This one's kind of neat. I'm gonna get that one too. Somebody donated all their jewelry making books. This is awesome. Gotta dig through and find the good ones though. Beads and fine jewelry. Not really a beader. Oh, this might be good. It talks about rings and loops and how to twist them on the pliers correctly. That could be useful. Plant crafts. You could make crafts with plants, Jesse. You said you were looking for a new hobby.
Yeah.
It's vinyl, it's not leather, but I think this little handbag is really cute. It is vintage, and it's in really good condition. And then I'm also gonna get this little hat. It looks like it originally was at a Goodwill location because it's got the tag. I think that's gonna look cute. Just need to give it a good cleaning, which we'll talk about more later. These are the type of bins that you have to be extra careful in. These are where you're gonna find knives. Here's a fork. It's just plastic, but that's an example of sometimes these ones that just have all the kitchen gadgets. You see tongs in there. You could even use these tongs to start digging, just to be really careful. Obviously wearing gloves is very smart. I'm not a glove person because I can't film very well while I'm using gloves, but if you are wanting to be safe and be extra careful, highly recommend putting on gloves. And if you are looking for the weird, you're gonna find it at the bins. Those are cute little chairs. They just rolled out some new bins and everybody's over there digging, so I think we're gonna head over there in just a second. Found a few things in there. I just kind of was grabbing whatever looked good. This is a skirt and it's Max Studio, so that's a Nordstrom brand, and the tag's on it, $98 for this skirt. That's crazy. $98. That's probably going to cost $2, maybe $1.50. Nice and lightweight. I have no idea anything about sports, babe, so you're going to have to help me on this one. There's a world championship. No, is that worth anything? Nope.
No.
I'm not going to get this because it's a little bit ratty, but I just wanted to show how cute this vintage pillow is. I don't know. We could take the stuffing out and stitch it back up so we could wash it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Too ratty.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just not worth the effort. And then this is a new, it's not a high-end brand, but it's a nice little cardigan. And I love the color. I think that'll be perfect to wear with layers this fall. Here's another Max Studio top. This one's an oversized sweater. The bins are such a great place to come for linens, whether it's tablecloths, napkins, bedding. There's so much here. This is Ralph Lauren, 100% cotton, made in Italy. It's a king size and it's got this beautiful trimming on it. So I'm gonna put this out, I'm gonna spread it out, make sure there's no stains. It looks worn and washed, but not in bad condition. I think we might have found the bottom sheet. Yes,
Yep.
we did. That's so exciting. I'm gonna have to look these up to see how much they would have been new. I think that they're not brand new. I think that these are probably 10 to 15 years old, but those are great. Nice and neutral, but still has some detail on them. Some macrame plant hangers.
Yeah, a couple of macrame plant
The orange
hangers.
one's not too bad. I'm not a fan of the kind of
I know.
poofy frayed on that one.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
The orange one's not bad though. Holy cow, look, there's this whole thing full of vintage needlework, linen. Amazing. We're gonna dig through here and see if we've got some good options. Even just simple ones are nice because these are expensive to buy brand new. I thought these were gonna be monogrammed. All right, I found a whole set of these beautiful linen napkins. They all seem to be in really good condition, unused. Nobody ever used them, I don't think. Yeah, you need some waiters for maybe a new hobby.
Yeah.
Kelly Hansen. Pendleton tag. Oh my gosh, this is so 80s or 90s. Look at this little rose embroidery.
Oh,
Ooh,
jeez.
ooh, somebody sweated a lot on that one. Look at these 80s acid wash jeans. 100% cotton. Those are awesome. Dirty.
Yeah.
Gotta look for those stains.
Sometimes when you're at the bins and you see like vintage stuff sitting on top, it's somebody else's like rejects that they threw back on top.
Yeah.
It's like they grabbed it, put in their cart, and then they did their inspection
They're
and then
like,
throw it on
Brody
top.
buns.
Right.
Throw it back.
Yeah.
Put it back in the bin.
So if you see something really awesome sitting on top, it's probably got a problem with it.
This is true.
Somebody threw it out. There you go. That's actually
90s dad sweater.
on trend now.
Cute or no?
No.
We know Jesse doesn't like things to tell them what they are.
What if I want to put tote bags on there?
No totes, mugs only. These look like Japanese fabric. Those are fun. Don't those kind of remind you of some pants that somebody might have tried on in Japan? The cut on them.
Yeah. Are they pants or are they shorts?
Made in Thailand. 100% cotton. Let's see if how they'd look on Jesse.
They're a little short for me.
They kind of go out wide. They've got that bunchy look. They're kind of
Yep.
interesting.
They kind of got this like weird, I don't know how to say it, but crotch.
Yeah, because they're like they're very slouchy there.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber would probably wear those though. Okay, what's funny is we were kind of just making fun of the pants, but I think these ones are kind of cute. They're less dramatic, but they're still gonna have that slouchy midsection.
Midsection?
I don't like saying that word.
Crotch?
I'm gonna call it
Your mom used to always say that when you get jeans for back to school.
No, well, I didn't go to school.
Yeah, check the crotch fits correctly.
I don't know, maybe homeschooling, we didn't do that. We didn't really need back to school clothes because we
Back
were
to school and
just at
our
home.
pajamas that we.
I mean, I did. I actually did wear pajamas to school. Maybe that's why I like dressing up so much now as an adult.
What do you think? It's a little cropped, a little too cropped for me.
Definitely too cropped. That's cute, a little kid's Gap dress. So much clothes. This is all clothes that either gets donated straight here or gets sent back because it didn't sell at the regular stores. And this is just proof how much clothes is out there. The next stop from here is probably the landfill.
I feel like a lot lately when we go to the bins and look at clothes, it's like stuff it's come straight through donations. Like it hasn't been on the retail floor because there's no tags, individual tags.
I found a few things with tags, but I think you're right for the most part. A lot of this stuff has never made it to the retail stores, which I think is why you can score such good things.
Now it might have been sorted through and then somebody's deciding to throw it in the outlet pile versus putting it on the
But it's probably a quick sort.
Sure.
Because it's just not, they haven't gone through it as much as you would normally in a regular retail store. It's probably just the really obvious high-end designer stuff.
Oh, that is cool.
Isn't that neat? It's only $4. Thank you so much. Birch Burl, and it's artist signed. We're definitely getting that. That's amazing. I also found a pair of Sorel boots.
Yeah, we're down to 9 pounds.
And then the books are priced separate. This was from the case, so it's priced separate. $1.59 each for the books. Okay, awesome.
The hard ones $2, the soft ones $1.
Okay, and then how much were the boots? $4. Awesome. We decided to put back the metal bases.
Cool.
We are at $25.67 for all of this. I was just saying the other day that I wanted to find more burlwood bowls, and I found a beautiful signed birch burlwood bowl. It was only $4.
That thing's awesome. I love the bark that's still
I
on
do
the edge.
too.
That's pretty cool.
A little brass easel for staging at the studio. This will be great for photographing art that's maybe 8x10 size. These are just handy to have on hand if you're a reseller and you are photographing art because you want to be able to have it actually upright. Sorel boots are expensive. These usually cost over $100 and they look almost brand new. They just need to be washed a little bit on some of the fur, but none of the tractions even wore off. I got 3 books on jewelry making. Even if I only learn a couple things out of each of these books, that's worth $1.59, I think she said, investment. Goodwill outlet number 3. That's how you know we're at the airport bins. I wonder where they're going. I always want to know. It's an Alaska flight. Maybe they're coming back from Hawaii. All right, so there's no shopping carts, so this is going to get crazy. This could be useful. A lot of reading, not as many photos as I was hoping for. Oh, here we go. There they are in the back. Oh, this is great. I'm gonna learn about porcelain. I've been getting more and more into it, especially Japanese porcelain. Cool, we're gonna get that. I have found some incredible leather boots, especially vintage leather boots here at Ben's before. You don't find them every time, but
Right, some Air Max
you can find some good stuff.
97s.
I have found original art here at this Ben's. I do like that they separate the art. It makes it a lot easier to find.
And there we go.
No.
He looks very sad.
He does look, he's a sad angel. Maybe he was a bad angel.
Bins.
More bins at the bins.
There's bins inside of a bin, inside of a bin.
Bruno Preemie. These are some nice leather pumps. They look pretty much brand new. No wear really even on them. Ooh, what size are those?
I thought they were Doc Martens, but they're like,
Oh, they're a knockoff brand.
yeah,
They do look like them.
yeah.
That's a good knockoff.
Except it doesn't feel like leather.
Nope. Here's a set of vintage Mikasa plates. They're in really good shape, but I don't want to pay the weight for them. It's kind of a nice metal rack for hanging things on.
It's like it's one of those things that you put something in here and then it would like lock in and you can't get it out, right?
Oh, I
You know
just
what I'm
thought it was
talking
a towel bar.
No, I think you'd go like this because it's wider here, so it's like it's meant to fit something
Oh, okay.
and then you can't get it out.
Get it out. I see. Up in the top. Interesting. I follow you now. Here's one of those vintage star strainers. This one's pretty worn.
Yeah, that one's,
Seen better days.
yeah.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. That's a honey dipper. Dude, I always need honey dippers. They're so, they don't come with the honey pots so often.
I found $1 million.
Oh, you wish.
I think if you weigh it, you get your money's worth. If you weigh, by weight, $1 million. I found $1 million at the bins. There's the title to this episode. Clickbait.
An old binocular case. This would make a nice, good staging prop. I love bookshelves with old things on them. You need some hair curlers?
Not today.
You can throw your
Naturally
hair out. I bet you can curl it. Oh yeah? You found $1 million? I found $1.
Oh. I
You
just
win.
need 999,000 more.
It's missing the little 3 peg legs. Otherwise I'd get that even with the weight, but it's missing the legs. We would have picked these up back in our frame days. We did a lot of open frames. A lot of times people would layer frames within frames so they would have a smaller one inside of a larger one. Circles are kind of hard to find. You see ovals more often. You need a funnel?
I kind of do need a funnel.
Then get it. This is as cheap as you're going to get a funnel. Do you need more funnels?
Oh yeah, actually.
This is an exciting day for Jesse. You really can find everything. You've got toys, you've got pens, note cards, just a mix of everything. This is what I always look for. Cashmere. This is exciting. This is 100% cashmere. Hannah Rose. I am not familiar, but this is the softest scarf I've ever touched. I'm so excited. If you're ever not sure what kind of material something is, always check on the little tag on the inside. So this is 100% cotton. And sometimes Anthropologie or other name brands, people will cut out the tags there. And you can look up under here, and sometimes on the back side it will say made for Anthropologie. So always check those backside tags. Nice Madewell top. It's a size small. Okay, not too bad. I'm really excited about the cashmere scarf. We got a few other things in there, some textiles, and we're gonna check out and head to the next one. Ooh.
Carts.
This one's big. No carts here either. That's why that guy was so excited outside when he had his cart. What if that's an Arthur Umanoff sticking out behind those two chairs in the front? Oh my gosh.
Oh, this bar stool?
Please
Single
be.
bar
Please
stool?
be. Please be.
No, I don't
It's
think it is.
vintage. That
not
is
Arthur Umanoff,
so
though.
good though.
Generic vintage.
Is that a Bop It?
It's a Simon.
Oh, the game.
Yeah.
You slap. Yeah.
I was so bad at that game.
Need a caulking gun? That one's been used.
I feel like once you buy one, you never need one.
That's, I mean, clearly, that's probably 20 years of
No.
use. This is actually pretty nice. Again, it's the heavy metal where
Yeah.
it'd be too much, but it's too bad they didn't price it individually. You could put something on that. That'd make a great little side table, or even like a serving tray. You could two-tier it, put something down there. Or keep an eye out for a little tiny strainer. I'm looking for a little tiny one, just for a big handful of blueberries. Someday I'm gonna find it. Lions.
Westland High School.
It's kind of a cool duffel.
It's actually it is kind of cool.
It's got lions on it.
Did you go to Westland High School?
I did not. That's where the rich kids went.
Holmes. What's up, Holmes?
We got your duffel bag.
Do you want it?
Your mom didn't want it. She donated it.
Do you want it?
I think it's cool. But do we need a duffel bag?
Question is, do you need a duffel bag?
No, because I like everything rolling. I just spotted a DeGrazia print. That's nice. I'm not going to get it because it's going to be per weight. It's just a print, but it's pretty cool to find.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back and look at books at the very end. So we don't have a cart and I don't want to carry them. Definitely don't want to pay by the pound for this. You know how much it's going to cost? 8 pounds worth. This is a Ted Baker shirt. I know Ted Baker is a very expensive brand. It looks like it says Ted Baker Golf. They sell Ted Baker at Nordstrom. I feel like maybe those shirts go for like 100, 150 there. This one looks like it's barely been worn. Things just got so crazy. I walked up to the bins that they had just rolled out over there. It was like a mad rush, but I did find some really good things.
I heard the ruckus. I was like things are getting broken as people are going
I didn't
through
have a
there.
cart, so I'm just like shoving everything in that, and I found a little basket in there, and I was shoving stuff in there. We used to sell picture frames on Etsy, and these were our favorite filigree frames to sell. 3 of them.
I think that's good for resale in a set.
think so,
You can do a
too.
set of 3,
I love that.
put them all together.
Love it. And then I got a
That's
couple
good.
pieces of pottery. Look, I got a little Tonala pottery, hand painted out of Mexico. He's got a bird on his back. Just a really neutral studio pottery vase. I haven't checked this one for chips and cracks because it was going nuts, but it looks good. And then a shell dish. I think that one's in good shape too.
St. Helens something, huh?
Oh, I wonder if it's St. Helens, Oregon. Looks like it ends with an E. We'll have to take a look at that. But I thought that was nice. It looks like sand. And then I hadn't even looked at this. I just grabbed this tea strainer.
Oh, I wonder if it's Mount St. Helens ash.
Oh, no way. That would be pretty crazy.
So this
It
is
was made out of Seattle.
Sold in Seattle or something, at least.
Oh, that would be
Yeah.
interesting if it was made out of the ash.
When you said sand, then I was like,
Oh,
oh.
ash.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll look into that. And then a heart-shaped tea strainer. I'm assuming this is not sterling. It doesn't look like it. It looks like stainless. Yep, that's definitely not sterling. Tea strainers are always popular. So I wanted your opinion. It's a vintage denim, and it doesn't have any numbers or anything on it. And I thought, what if we branded it with like embroidery, like a patch for Left Coast Revivals?
Yeah, sure. You could
I
do
would
that.
rock that.
I think it's actually in style today with the youth.
So I got some basics for me. I got a black blazer, a black sweater, silk scarf. That one's to sell. And then let's see, this one was just a cotton top. I thought this would be good for hot weather. This one I don't want to get because we don't resell unless you wanted to put it on eBay. But Ted Baker's a Nordstrom brand and they sell for $150.
Oh.
It's in really good condition.
It's not our jam.
Yeah,
Someone else
put it
probably
here. Let me
might want it.
display it for someone who's going to be excited. Right here, Ted Baker. They can't miss it now. On a couple books I'm gonna get. This one has a nice cover. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? African mythology. And then this one, Art in Our Times, a pictorial history. So it goes all the way back to 1890. This is gonna be an awesome read. It's got brutalist sculptures, it's got art, architecture. That's awesome. Jesse was right. St. Helens ashware. We're going straight for the books today. I had good luck at the last Goodwill getting a couple books. I'd love to get more for home. If you see any good cookbooks too, get them. You can learn how to do deals, contracts. You can learn anything at Thrift. Sometimes these old books can have really good book plates. Not in this case, but I always like to take a look inside books if I think they could have something that could be used as prints to frame. And then sketchbooks are great because what if this was the sketchbook of some person that became an amazing artist? Oh, there's actually art in it. Sometimes these are blank. That's kind of interesting.
It's been a hard pose to hold.
That pose? Yeah, that doesn't look easy. Interesting. Not quite what I was looking for, but at least there was some art in it. That's cool. They actually did something. Jesse just found this Free People dress for me, and it's gorgeous. Look at the color on it. That's really beautiful. That's probably a $180, $200 dress, brand new. First thing in the cart. Kind of cute vintage blazer.
Robert Leonard.
Robert Leonard.
I know Bob.
Size on it. Bob
I
Leonard.
know Bob Leonard.
The
I call him
pockets are
Bob.
kind of cool. See how this is cut like that? That's kind of a fun detail. And I like the wooden looking buttons. They're plastic, but they look like wood. Say that's maybe like a size 6. I don't know. I'm really bad about size guessing. Everling, made in Guatemala. All right, we're gonna start digging. Well, that's pretty. It's a Mexican embroidery dress. Looks like a little girl size. Very pretty. curtains. If you have a purse that needs a new strap, coming to the bins is a great place to get it. You can see this one right here is not even attached to the purse. It's got nice little hooks in really great shape. This is a great place. You can even find leather ones and you can just swap them out for what you currently have on your purse. Check out what I found. It's a really
That's
thirsty teak candle holder, but I know I can bring it back to life.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then this I'm just going to use for decorating. It's got wooden beads, which I really like, and I have a round one that's a lighter wooden beaded, and I love the way that it looks when I decorate with stuff. So I'm going to get this one. It's just a placemat charger, but I use these sometimes under a stack of books or under a plant, so that'll be good for decorating.
Yeah.
And then I found a pile of scarves that I'm going to kind of dig through at the end and probably just pick my favorite 2 to take with us.
What's that? Oh, the tag. I thought you dropped a credit card in there.
How much was this one? Doesn't say. Plate ball?
Yeah, you want to go long?
No, I have a feeling that would not go well in here. Did I manifest scarves today or what? This whole bin is pretty much filled with scarves. I am hoping for some scarves. I'd like to find some scarves today. Look at this. Scarves for days. Any kind of scarf you could imagine. Talk about a bag of bones.
Look at this bag of bones.
At least they're lightweight. Not a heavy bag of bones, so it's a cheap bag of bones.
I'm surprised there's an archaeological find here.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I do not want to find a real archaeology find in the bin.
It is the season for a bag of bones, though.
Here we go. I found 100% pure silk, made in Italy. That's always good. I don't see any big stains. This one's kind of fun because of the cream edges. Hand rolled. Sweet. That's probably going to be 20 cents for this Italian silk scarf.
Oh.
No, thank you.
Hey, it's the head with the bag of bones.
Yeah, go put that with the bag of bones.
I'm going to reunite you with the rest of your body. No?
This one's got little block letters on it. That's funny.
Yeah. Hey, that's it. Wait a minute. Come here.
Didn't we just see this exact same thing at a different bins and we were trying to figure out which way it went? That's funny. No way. J-E-S-S-E.
When you set it down, it spelled out my name.
It's just Jess. Just Jess. What are all of these? Art supply kits? Oh, they're coffee pod stands.
Oh.
$5 original. Been overstocked from somewhere. I took one of these with me to Costa Rica to sleep in because I was so scared of spiders. It was a bigger version of this. It went over the whole bed. Those are great for camping too if you have to worry about mosquitoes or any kind of insects.
Blank. Oregon State football team, like real jersey.
We're gonna get the Wild Animals of North America book, the lady art, this little placemat, Free People dress, the Italian scarf. This one's made in Nepal and it's 100% bamboo. And then a nice cozy striped scarf, the teak candle holder, and the salt shaker. And that's it. That's the haul. We're getting ready to check out and I thought I better do a double check on the closest bins because this is where a lot of people will ditch heavy things. This though is actually priced and it's only $3. It's an original watercolor landscape and it's artist signed.
is a wrap for the bins. We did it. We did all 5 bins.
Been there, done that.
What do you think of our finds? Was it what you expected? Was there anything that you didn't expect?
It was kind of what I expected. I guess I expected to find at least a piece of furniture. I feel like furniture was kind of that was a good source for furniture for us.
We did flea markets once a month for several years, maybe 3 years, and quite a few years back. And I would say at least half of the furniture that we sold at those flea markets was sourced at the Goodwill outlets. The bins.
One of my favorite things we found at the bins is that Lane cedar chest that we have. Had it for, I don't know, feels like a decade now. Probably hasn't been that long.
That has kind of stood the test of time, even with all of our style and all of the vintage things that we have in our house, trading out over time as we buy something new and we upgrade it and we sell the other item. We've kept that chest and you refinished it. How much did you pay for it?
$5.
$5.
And I've never seen, actually this is good, because I've never been able to find the Lane model number anywhere through like the archives. I know Lane is really good at naming their furniture pieces, and they have a really easy to kind of decode serial number code that they do. I haven't been able to find any other cedar chests or anything that looks like what we have. So if anybody knows, if you're a Lane expert, anyone knows, I'm sure we're popping in a picture right here of this cedar chest. If you know what it is, I would love to know. I've been wanting to know for years. It's sentimental to us now, and I'll always find a place in our home for it.
The cool thing is that it's a chest, so it can go anywhere. You can have that, like currently it's in our living room, but it can go at the foot of a bed or in a bedroom or in a hallway or an entryway. So it's really fun when you do find those furniture items that you know you're gonna have for a long time. And finding it for only $5 is just a double win. We have found so many amazing furniture items over the years. One of my personal favorite finds at the bins was the dresser that I sadly, so please do not hate me because I swear on my life, I never would have painted it if it hadn't have been destroyed. It had burn marks all over the top and it was impossible to restore. So I painted the outside because the drawers were in excellent condition. And so I restored those and just painted the outside because I had to, I promise. That was one of my favorite finds, and I found that one for only $10. And then I think I flipped it just a few days later for $500 or $600. It sold very fast.
The hooker desk.
Oh yeah, the
we
hooker
found that
desk.
at the bins.
Yeah, we found 2 hooker desks at the bins.
Hooker by Mainline
Yes.
desk. We found
Beautiful
there.
desks. Beautiful. I have found mid-century spider leg coffee tables. The bins is a great place to go if you're looking for just the glass for a table. Let's say you thrift an awesome mid-century or whatever you like base for a table and it doesn't have a piece of glass. To go get a piece of glass cut at a glass shop is going to be very expensive, and you want those nice rounded or beveled edges that you would find on an already existing piece of furniture from back in the day. And the bins is a great place to do that. We would go and find just cheap, flimsy little outdoor tables that had a nice solid piece of glass, and they would sell them for only $5 at the bins, and then we would add that to a spider leg table that was missing its top.
If you're gonna try to make a living reselling at the bins, you're gonna be putting in some hours.
This is true.
You're gonna need to get there early. You're gonna need to spend several hours there and be patient. Clothing, that seems to be the bread and butter of going to the bins.
I think that's where all the poshers go. Everybody
Yeah.
who sells on Poshmark and Mercari and clothing on eBay, they all go there. So you can get an entire cart full of clothes. Now you can spend all day, 8 hours, and end up with a bunch of Anthropologie and Free People, whatever guys are into, and walk out of there with a very valuable cart full of clothes. You can look for vintage clothes, or you can sell the everyday things that everyday people need, because there is so much mass-produced stuff like Target brands, Pottery Barn. There's just everything there. You can find everything at the bins. We hope that today's episode has encouraged you to get out there and get digging and give the bins a shot.
It's not scary. It's not dirty and gross and all these things that you hear people talk about. I think it's fun.
It's good for the environment, and it's gonna be good for your bank account because you're gonna save so much money. We would love to hear your feedback, and most importantly, we wanna hear what your best finds are that you have ever found at the bins.
isn't even everything that we found at the 5 Goodwills, but I just pulled out some of the items that I wanted to show because they sure look a lot different when you put them all together or when you style up the outfits or stage your home with the vintage finds compared to when you see them in the bins with all the other plastic and garbage. If you've watched my channel for a long time, you would know that I'm a huge fan of thrifting books. And if you haven't watched my channel for a long time, you should. We have hundreds of videos out on thrifting and antique shopping around the country and even around the globe. Almost every single book that we own was thrifted at the Goodwill bins or from estate sales. It's such an inexpensive way to get really interesting books about interesting topics, and it's a great way to learn, not just about animals and mythology, but you can learn about vintage and antiques too. My favorite books to find are architectural books and books on art. They're kind of hard to find, so this was actually a really good score. I like to find books that have a mixture of imagery and text so you can learn about the items, but you can visually see them as well. This is going to make a fabulous coffee table book. I'm really into repurposing and making jewelry, so this was really exciting to find 3 books on jewelry making. There's just so much information out there. I love reading online and watching YouTube videos to learn, but there's something about a physical book in your hand. The cool thing about the bins is that you never know what you're going to find. We got a really wide variety of items and styles. We got some kind of throwback vintage looks. We've got current modern free people dresses, Italian leather shoes that look like they've never been worn. I purchased quite a few staples for my wardrobe. Almost my entire wardrobe is secondhand, and the bins is a great place to find those basics for an incredible price. I mean, these were probably between $1 and $2 each at most. The lighter ones might have been around 50 cents. And this sweater right here, brand new, cost over $60. The bins is great for finding workwear. There's a lot of really high quality Italian made, French made, designer stuff that I have found at the bins over the years. If I was a true bins girl and I had to pick one thing to thrift, I would say it would be silk scarves. There are an abundance of vintage silk scarves that are still in incredible condition, and these are so light that they cost you almost nothing. This is just the stack that I'm going to clean and sell. I have about 5 more, including the cashmere one, back at home that I plan to keep for myself. It's amazing what you can find there. This has the MSRP tag of $98. It's never been worn, and it was probably $1. That's a 99% savings. I think it's one of the best places to find specifically 80s and 90s vintage clothing. I still can't believe I found a Coach wallet, and it turns out that this art that I got for only $3 is by a New Zealand artist, Ray Melhop, and it looks like one of his landscape watercolors sold on eBay for $150. That ended up being one of our most valuable finds, and it was at the last bins, in the last bin at the last second, right before checkout. And if I had to pick a favorite find out of everything, it's gonna be this beautiful birch burlwood bowl. It was only $4. It's signed by the artist here on the back, and I think it is just stunning. This would sell online for at least $100 retail. Like I said, this is not everything that you saw us pick up in the episode. This is just a little glimpse at some of the things that we found that I love. So what do you think? Are you willing to give the bins a shot?
Thank you so much for joining us today. We will see you in a brand new episode soon.